The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to rock, but I want to rock right now.
All right. Let's rock.
All right, we've talked, in depth about these conference championship games yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Early thought on the Super Bowl. Who do you think wins a Chiefs 49ers matchup?
I don't know who I'm rooting for Kansas City in the over. So that's what I would pick. So, it's a tough one. I think San Francisco's defense is more accomplished than Kansas City's defense. I think both offenses are high-powered, but they just get it done differently. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun.
I do think that
San Francisco's... Don't fall behind in this one, Kansas City.
It's very hard to look at the San Francisco 49ers season and find a tremendous weakness that you can go and exploit. The 49ers have been, look, they're the number one seed, so I'm not going to say they've been overlooked.
Right.
But I just don't feel the people have really understood how good they are. They played two postseason games here. They've won each by 17 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you go back through the year, Dan, and there's not a lot of, near-miss wins. They play in a tough division.
Yeah, real tough.
They won at New Orleans. They crushed Green Bay at home. They won at Seattle.
And they win. They can win. Didn't they win like a 10-3 game, and then in New Orleans it was like 48-47. I mean, they won a
9-0 game.
Yeah, 9-0. So they can win either way. You know what I mean? They can put on their hard hats and slug it out with you, or they can go up and down the field with you.
And I know Garoppolo, they have not turned to as much in the postseason. They also have three running backs that had 100-yard rushing games. Tevin Coleman, Matt Breida, and Mostert all had 100-yard rushing games this year.
Yeah. Tevin Coleman, did he break something yesterday?
It looked like he had broke his arm, but then I've heard elbow and I've heard shoulder, so I guess we'll have to wait.
It just looks to me like he ain't going to be playing in the Super Bowl.
He got 2 weeks. I guess if it's maybe the lower arm, you could put a cast on it, but still, do they need him really? I mean, would you do that with... Breida's also very good, right?
Oh, yeah.
And my point, though, is while you watched them run the ball exclusively yesterday, I would say, Jimmy Garoppolo over the course of the year, he had, 317 passing yard game.
Oh, yeah.
424, 253, a 349 at New Orleans. So he's perfectly capable of throwing the ball.
Well, you're going to tell me about how good their offensive line is, and so I looked at, trying to look at how it was built, and the only big name there is McGlinchey. He was a top 10 pick, but I don't know Mike Person or Ben Garland. Laken Tomlinson's been around a while. I remember him. Joe Staley also has been around.
Staley's been around forever. Garland is like a Auburn kid, isn't he?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's two worthy teams.
Either Auburn or Air Force, one or the other.
Air Force?
Yeah.
Well, it started with A. It sounds like they had a big been something else maybe. Anyway, so the Super Bowl set, that's coming up in 2 weeks. It is here in Miami, so people that want to go experience the Super Bowl, even if you don't go in, that's doable here in the state of Florida from here.
Yeah.
If folks want to do it that way. Am I being overly critical, cynical, Jeff, if I ask the Jags, and what in the hell, are you going to hire an offensive coordinator? Is this not starting to look a bit clownish, or would that be an overstatement?
No, it's an overstatement.
Is it?
But they should have somebody this week, yes. I would think by Tuesday, Wednesday, they ought to be naming a guy and moving on. Absolutely, that should happen.
These names are they're not sexy to your average fan, but these are guys who have proven to be good offensive coordinators.
Yeah, they're all right.
Norv Turner lights, guys that have done okay where they've been.
It's just,
it's such a crap job.
There's nothing... I guess the only guy that really would have been different and excited you would have been Joe Brady, and he wanted to go work with Matt Rule, so, you kind of get that. But that's the name that if you had gotten rid of, if you're going to make a change, if you made the change right away, maybe you could have got into that sweepstakes.
It's going to be hard for Doug Marrone to convince anyone to come here who they know it's
There's
a
two thoughts there,
year.
Jeff. Yes, but there's also only 32 of these, so, you go there and you shake it up and maybe you do well and you only improve yourself. And guys need jobs. I mean, Linehan sat out last year.
So did McAdoo.
Gruden just got
Ben
fired.
McAdoo of the Giants, who was Coffin's offensive coordinator, I believe, and then ultimately a head coach
he was
for
in
them.
Green Bay for a few years, too.
Yeah, and I mean, you're absolutely fine with those guys. Let me be honest with you. I think I might prefer McAdoo. At least he's got a winning resume.
I think I would prefer Gruden.
Yeah. He'd be okay, too.
Take Gruden.
Gruden did better as a head coach in Washington. He wasn't like super under 500. He wasn't great by any stretch. But.
But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what direction these guys go and what they decide to do. But it is what it is at this point. They got to get,
I'd like to have had a guy
players.
in already cutting up film of every single Jacksonville Jaguar, already working with the scouts on what he knows in free agency. I'd like that guy to be in. I think other guys around the league are getting some work done right now.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And we're, 6-10 after 5-11. We have as much work to do as anyone. And, one of the 3 top positions on the football staff is unfilled. It's January 20th. So,
Yeah.
Australian
Open is off and running down under, and Venus is out.
Yeah,
Serena won.
Venus is 1,000. I don't know why Venus plays pro tennis tournaments.
I think she might be 40, isn't she?
I don't know why she plays professional events. I mean, Venus, go play team tennis.
She'll be 40 this year.
It's not happening. Does Venus Williams have a snowball's chance of winning a major? The answer is no.
Probably not.
Yeah, the answer is no.
She probably has another run in her.
I don't know, Dan. I don't know. I mean, you're losing first round tourney after tourney in these big ones.
She got stuck with Coco Gauff. I mean, that's kind of a tough one to open with.
Well,
did her no favors there.
She's like 12, Coco Gauff.
Huh? Coco Gauff's going to be a pretty good player.
Yeah, we'll see. She had a run at what, Wimbledon? Did she go to the Final Four or finals?
She beat Venus in the first round at Wimbledon.
Yeah, well, she got her number.
Yeah.
Anyway, the story should probably be more about Coco Gauff, the future, than Venus Williams, the past. But Venus Williams losing in an event is hardly a shocker anymore. I guess is my point there. Florida, it's a good start.
Yeah,
but it's we talked about this before this 3-game stretch. This is only a start. If they lose these next 2 games, this game won't matter that much.
It's just interesting. Like I'm trying to understand how you're framing this. About Florida, because I think you're accurate in what you're saying, but it's always like, but. You said it's a good start, but. They beat number 4 at home. They hadn't beaten a top 5 team in 10 years.
Yeah, that was a hard stat.
Amazing.
To believe.
17 in a row they lost.
They probably have beaten top 5s, but just not at home, I'm guessing.
Oh, no, I think it was they had not beat a top 5 team
since 2009?
Since Michigan State in 2009. I'm pretty sure that was what they said.
Wow.
Which is amazing. But listen, they're 4-1 in the SEC. They're 12-5 overall. Tip of the cap, great win. Guys getting better. But yet, what it tells me is, man, we just judge this team game to game to game.
Right. So, that's why these 3. I guess to my point.
Because I think they're gonna lose to LSU on the road. And then we'll be hammering Mike White again, I guess.
No, I'm not hammering anyone.
Yeah.
I think that because this team has been so inconsistent, this 3-game stretch has to be absorbed. Not get excited about one win over an Auburn team.
Why not, though?
Because you can put them number 4 all you want. They're not that good.
Well,
they got hammered at Alabama on Wednesday. They got hammered in Gainesville on Saturday. Yeah. And Auburn's a good team, but they're not better than Kentucky. They're not better than they're not a top 5 team.
Auburn hadn't won in Gainesville since like 96 or
Still
something.
hasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
That's great. I mean, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I just look at it. I'm trying to look at it different. I mean, what are your again? So,
I guess this isn't about expectations. I guess you're missing my. I'm not trying to make a huge statement on expectations.
I'm
saying if you're a Florida basketball team, the expectation is this, Hick, and you can agree or disagree. Yeah. They don't go down in Gainesville to make the tournament. Scotty Lewis and Trey Mann, Kerry Blackshear, they don't transfer to Gainesville to get in the field to see if they can be a 10 seed.
Yeah.
So if you have a goal of making a run, and I do think that the talent there they think is there.
But the idea is to get better, and they're getting better, so that's a positive.
Well, you say that. They
just beat the hell out of the 4th-ranked team in the country.
And 1 week ago, they lost to one of the worst teams in the league by 100.
Well, those happen.
Exactly.
Well,
these
apparently
happen
not.
too.
Apparently those are unacceptable.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I guess my point is if Florida is going to be a team that doesn't sit nervously on Selection Sunday, go off as an 8 or a 9 seed, and maybe win a game, then maybe
they went to Gainesville because they wanted to play for that idiot coach.
Who said he's an idiot?
Everybody.
Well, we've been through that. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I know, but it's always there. I mean, it's like,
I guess I'm framing it in the hope and goal for Florida is to not make the tournament. And if that's the case, Saturday was nice, but what are you going to do at LSU? And what are you going to do against a real top 5 team, Baylor?
Huh?
Baylor's a legit top 5 team that's beaten Kansas. Auburn hadn't beaten anyone, Dan. No one.
I understand that. You can only play the ones on your schedule.
Yeah, and you can only be ranked for how good you are.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. They'll battle Baylor.
Look, they got a career game from Omar Payne. Can they get that? Is this the start for him? Is he going to be that guy? If he's that guy, they're going to be hard to beat.
Well, the answer is no. He's going to go back to being a freshman. But
4-4.
To see a game like that from him is very encouraging.
Of course, there's a lot encouraging. You don't beat Auburn by 22, who came fourth to town, and not be encouraged. Certainly encouraged.
I mean, Nemhard is running the point well and knocking down a few threes here, and I still wish Blackshear wouldn't shoot as many threes, but that's a different story. But yeah, and Blackshear and Payne together on the court look good, and they battle better on the glass. So
I think you're finally getting some guys. I'll use Scotty Lewis as an example. You're finally getting guys like Scotty Lewis.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty Lewis is now understanding that to do whatever he can to be most valuable to this team, not be the top freshman to ever step on campus, not be the McDonald's All-American who's going to be Anthony Edwards. Just do what you do, and what he does is not many players that get like 2 blocks and 2 steals a game. Those aren't stats that coordinate very well.
Yeah.
But he does that. He's that kind of player. Makes a lot of plays that don't show up on the scoreboard per se. So I think you get those guys playing confident and not feeling like they got to have a 20-point game to justify who they are. Mm-hmm. And it's still a team that can be pretty deep if he's confident in all his guys.
Really good win for FSU because they were down and they were going to get upset.
Yeah.
And good teams find ways to win, and that's what they did. They came back and won the basketball game, and now they're 16-2. They should move into the top 5 today. FSU should be in the top 5 in the country when the rankings come out.
I think
today.
they will be.
And
they're the only one that's not losing.
Right. And they have what do they have? Gosh, they have a weird schedule, man. They have had weeks off at a time here. They got another week off here. Don't play again till Saturday when they play Notre Dame at the Tuck. That's weird. They just had a week off. They went Wednesday, Jan 8 to Wednesday, Jan 15, and now they're going Saturday, Jan 18 to Saturday, Jan 25. Very strange.
Well, they also, it was one of those deals that was strange the way they just
and they went
played
Saturday,
a conference game out
December,
of nowhere in December.
Yeah. Well, they opened with
That's what
Pitt.
I mean.
And then they went Saturday, December 21 to Saturday, December 28. Now, that's more normal because usually it's finals week or something like that. So I say that's 3 different times where they've had – and then they also went Sunday, December 8 to Tuesday, December 17. Very strange, FSU.
Well, they just had games where they played like 3 games in 5 days or anything?
But they must have because yet they've played 18 games, which is about what everybody else has played, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Very odd. But they have Notre Dame Saturday, and then they get going and playing twice a week for a while. So, but a good win for them nonetheless. Quick puck talk comment. I was paying attention to the Rangers at Columbus last night.
Puck talk.
Rangers led the whole way, 1-0. Columbus tied at 1-1. And then with 20 seconds left, Columbus scored. It's just such a gut punch.
That's puck talk.
Puck talk.
Well, can I just add another to the famous trio of hockey, soccer, NASCAR?
Yeah.
And I know you're not aware of this, and you're going to, in some ways, diminish and demean me.
Yes.
But soccer, football, the old sports version of the NFL is the English Premier League, right?
Yes. It's Premier League.
Are you aware of what one certain team in the whatever you call it league has done or is doing?
No.
Do you know how the Premier League works, how you win a championship?
It's Premier.
Do you know how it works, how you win a title?
You have to win games?
There are no playoffs.
Right.
You play the whole season.
It's like points, right?
Yeah, the team with the most. You get 2 points for a win, 1 for a draw, or 3 and 2, or it's like hockey that way.
Yep.
But you play the whole season, and then the team with the most points wins the league.
Okay.
They do their playoff with these other little tournaments and such, as you know they're always playing with.
Yeah.
So there's this squad over there where the boys, the Fab Four, the Beatles are from Liverpool, right?
Mm-hmm. Is that Reimer's team? I think it is.
Last year, Dan.
Yeah, I'll stand alone. I'll walk alone with no man.
Okay.
Some song like that they sing.
Last year, and again, this is not an endorsement of soccer. This is pointing out a marvelous accomplishment nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Liverpool played the whole season. Now, understand, they played like 40 games. This isn't a 10-game season.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Liverpool played the whole season, Dan. They lost one game.
Mm-hmm.
They went, whatever.
Had a heck of a year.
Did not win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
There was another team that had a great year that lost like 3 or 4 games, but they didn't have the number of draws. They had more wins, so Liverpool lost. Now, fast forward, okay?
Gut punch for Liverpool.
Liverpool plays the whole year of, parity-driven Premier League. They lose one game all year, but they don't win the title. So they have come back this year, Dan, and through, 24 or 5 games, they've yet to lose a game. Again, they're undefeated again. They're on an unbeaten streak of 38 games, third longest ever. Anyway, they were on yesterday. I saw them win 2-0.
Go, shout out Liverpool.
That's pretty, it's like an NFL team winning, 30, 40 games in a row.
Well, not really. Beef, what's the prize pack?
Well, we all know how Columbus did against the Rangers, everyone, so take that to work with you today with good stead.
Dan, we're helping the Googans out for
Yes,
lunch or dinner today with a $25 gift card to Woody's Barbecue.
Oh, fantastic, man. Let's do caller number 2 right now. We'll load you up. You can go have lunch on us. 641-1010.